Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to whomever, wherever, however, whichever way you shall be watching this video. If you should so choose to watch this video, and if you so choose to watch this video, I appreciate you spending the time here with me, watching me blab for a certain amount of time. Um, I'm gonna get straight to the point because this video is gonna be late. But yeah, so the subject of the video today is money. What money means to me. Well, what money means to me is it's all it is. It's something that just gives you a little extra security, financial security. Um, it can afford new opportunities for you in this day and age, in this society, or a money-based society. Money doesn't directly buy happiness. Money can, again, afford you new experiences in which it could lead you to find happiness. The happiness that you get from having money, um, you could say, is temporary. Um, as an example, um, when you're when I had a decent, well, I won't say a decent amount, but when I was secure enough, financially secure enough, um, I found myself more relaxed, more, not as stressed. And I could say things that brought me joy. Obviously, brought me joy, more joy. You could say it made me happy, but money by itself directly doesn't make me happy. Um, I'm more of the mindset if, let's say, I had a large sum of money, let's say millions of dollars or tens of millions, whatever the case. My mindset mentality when it comes to having a large sum of money is, what can I do with it to help uh, others, help humanity? Because the way I see it, the more money that you have in today's society, you can be quite powerful. Obviously, when you're uber rich, you say you're a billionaire. Uh, Money is obviously no object to you, and therefore you may want to seek some kind of other power. Uh, Money, when you have a large sum of money, it comes with a bit of responsibility to yourself and to others. Uh, some people who win the lotto win hundreds of millions of dollars. Uh, they lose it all, probably within a short span of time, like within a year or so, or a couple years. And there's been stories where winning the lotto was probably the worst thing that's ever happened to uh, that person who won that money. Uh, so, money can certainly afford you new opportunities. It can lead you perhaps to a new path in which you can uh, find that happiness or find more joy, or it could be the opposite. Um, it's really the case with almost anything which you have an abundance of or a lack thereof. Um, um, Me personally, money's always been an issue, financially speaking. I'm constantly trying to change that. I don't learn it the hard way because my attitude and mindset growing up in my late teens and early 20s um, have been, I'll just say, I haven't been responsible. I wasn't blowing it on bad stuff. I wasn't gambling it away. I wasn't drinking. I wasn't doing anything that was more destructive with it. It was more not managing it. So money management was really the biggest thing that's kind of hindered me. So it really, in the long term, can stall you. Um, Being prepared is probably the best thing you can have for going for yourself when it comes to money. If you can learn to set aside some money, um, invest or hustle enough to where you're not killing yourself and you're hustling to earn more than just the mediocre or bare minimum. because again, I'm very much a person who believes your time is more valuable, more precious than anything in this life. So therefore, what is the value of your time in terms of money? How much money equates to an hour of your own time versus the hourly that you get paid at work, or an hourly wage that you get paid at a certain job? You gotta ask yourself, is the work that I'm doing worth that $20 an hour? Or to me personally, for me devoting that hour of my time for $20? Now, that's not coming in a context where it's like, oh no, I don't contribute anything, I don't know anything, but you gotta pay me $100 an hour. That's kind of selfish. You gotta kind of find that middle ground. What is it worth to you? What is it that you like to do? Let's say in hobby or something that you're passionate about. What is the value per hour? If you want to equate it to an hourly rate, what does your passion per hour or your rate for that passion per hour mean or equal to you? Some people say that if you love your job, if you really love your job, you do it for free. Again, if you can't survive working for free, obviously. You can probably live to a certain amount of time by people giving you stuff temporarily, but eventually that runs out. But me personally, I like to believe that also knowledge is a form of money, a form of currency. But then again, there's also action that has to go behind it. The more knowledge you have, the more you understand, and if you can act or perform said actions based on the knowledge that you have, it makes you more valuable in terms of what companies will shell out to you for your knowledge and experience. Corporatism, I know, but yeah. Money doesn't buy me happiness. It shouldn't buy you happiness. It shouldn't directly buy you happiness, but it can afford you an opportunity and lead you in the path to find that happiness. It can find you love if you really want to get to that point. Because again, let's say you were cash strapped for the majority of your life and you couldn't really afford to travel or go somewhere, or in general. Then you came into a decent sum of money in which it afforded you an opportunity, a chance to say to splurge on yourself for once in a bigger way. And let's say you decided to go to another country. Bam. You're single. You never met. You don't. A new culture is. Obviously culture is new to you, but you meet someone down there and you really hit it off. Well, the next thing you know, you may very well end up in a relationship, and that relationship goes to the next step, and so on and so forth. The next thing you know, you find yourself getting married or having kids. So there's that to consider. But hypothetically speaking, again, for me personally, if I had tens of millions, it would be more. Again, what would I be able to do with it that is just not about me having that money? What is it that I can do to give back, to turn that money, that wealth, into wealth of some other type that can help others, that can help humanity, more so than not. Like, besides obviously donating to charities is great, but let's say setting up a non-profit in which you fund the education of children, like in their teens, not even the teens, or you're the type to funds a scholarship or fund college education for students who may not be able to afford it because of their situation, their living situation, because of where they grew up, giving them a chance. So, and I'm a firm believer in giving somebody a chance if they really want that chance and they feel like they don't have that opportunity, they don't have that chance. It can really impact their life. And that's more often than not, I've kind of felt that way to a certain degree myself, where I felt like I was eager to learn, eager to understand and try to get some knowledge, firsthand experience, but everywhere I went, or the majority of places I went or applied to, always turned me down because I don't have the experience. So it's like, well, constant turn downs, obviously, a constant failure, depending on, I guess, who you are as a person. That failure may affect you harder than others. But the trick with that is obviously is to keep moving, keep pushing, keep going forward, keep trying. But yeah, so that's today's subject video. If you stuck through this whole thing, I appreciate it. Remember that you are loved, you are appreciated, your time is valuable, you are precious. Try not to let the bad times dictate your life. If you're going through something rough right now, it's temporary. Remember that. The storm will pass. The waters will calm. Always reach out for help if you can. Try not to bottle things up. Just let small things impact you more than it should. Don't make a mountain out of an anthill, basically. Just if you can try to find time to unwind by meditating or hiking or taking a walk or just doing something that gets you out of your head and out of your space, out of your personal space, out of your own room, like exercise as well, do it. It can really benefit you in the long term, especially if you decide to create a good, healthy habit of it. And with that, being proactive, constantly taking action is also very important. The one thing to have a hobby and to have a good habit, you should also be taking other steps and other actions to help you get out of that situation even quicker. I'm not sure how true this is, but I heard of a proverb. The cows would always run away from the storm, and the buffalo would always run into the storm. So what that would mean is, whenever a storm approached, the cows would always run away. But what it also did in that time is that it also extended their suffering time while they were in the storm. Versus the buffalo, they ran straight head on into it, and they had to deal the least amount of time in that storm. But they were able to escape it or to overcome it quicker, and were able to be healthier and happier from it. They didn't spend as much time in it because they decided to just truck right on through and fight, just go through it. But yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.